Hello, Femia.
Hello. Good
Hello.
morning, yours, and good evening, us.
Very good. Yes, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Okay, well, I guess here we go. Let's see. I'm going to change my name on here real quick. No, actually. Nope, I'm going to leave it. Okay. Oh, here comes Mariana. Excellent. Hello, Mariana. Welcome. How are you?
Great. I'm great. How are you, Matt? Look at you.
Excellent. Good to see you. We have a great cross section of the world. We have India and Australia and the United States, who pretty much got us surrounded.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that's the whole idea, isn't it? Technology is certainly helping us.
Yes. We don't have much marketing going, so there's not going to be very many people today. But we are recording, and we'll be posting this up on YouTube and Venmo, and so we'll use it. We'll use
going live on YouTube or not really?
No, I'm not going to do it live because
okay,
I keep starting. I want to start and stop with each presenter, and so I want to make sure that you have your own piece to use in the future if you like.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was hoping that would be a good way to do it. So anyway, let's talk about positive mental health, shall we? You guys know about mental health quite a bit, and you know that mental health has kind of a negative connotation to it. People talking about just the problems, and therapy used to be specifically for getting people from problem back to normal, just going from, well, let's see if we can deal with those issues and get you back to where you can function in your normal and your coping. But I'm saying we can do better than that. We can do better than that. We do have to deal with that, and we do have to get back to where we're in a good place. And that's kind of the key to this whole thing, actually. But I also think that we can do better than that. And as you know, well, that's the basis of positive psychology, if you're familiar with the term. They said that therapy used to go, Dr. Solomon said, going from negative up to just okay. And he said, no, we can do better than that. And so that's the concept here. I'm saying that a big part of this, most of this is about, well, it's not, I don't know if it's most, I don't know, maybe it is. We don't know how to deal with our emotions. We don't know how to deal with our especially our negative emotions. And I know I'm not supposed to call them that because they're not negative. Everything's positive, and all emotions are good and all that kind of good stuff, which is true. But they don't feel good, and they're not fun, and they nobody wants to deal with them. And so that's why I'm calling them negative. And I think that if we could deal with our negatives, we can have much more positives. I also think that we are born really, really, really positive. We have 2 grandkids. I got to spend the day with them yesterday. All day was super cool. And one's 3 and one's 9 months. And they're just as sweet and wonderful as you can get. And when I'm watching them, what I see is our natural state. Their natural state is fine. They're fine. They're happy. They're peaceful. They're loving. They're calm. They're fine.
They are resilient. They are more resilient.
They are,
They're
aren't they?
furious.
Yes. But what happens, well, when something goes wrong, right? Something they're not happy about, they didn't get their toy in a couple of cases. They got, if they're tired, they start to get tired because we were having a good time playing all day. And so they get a little grumpy, that kind of thing. If they need their diaper changed, a little one, that sort of thing, then they emote and they mention mention in their way that there's a problem, right? So but when they get their problem solved, they go right back up to being fine again and being peaceful and loving and happy again. And so I'm saying that's what we need. We need to be able to deal with our negative emotions. Period. Period. Almost. I mean, if we can come down and deal with stuff, then we can come back up and keep going up, actually, if we do it right. And I don't know. That's what I think. What do you guys think? That's what I think.
Definitely.
I might be oversimplified it, but that's what I think.
I would say that it's to be able to deal with all emotions. It doesn't matter what
Well,
emotion comes up, to be able to deal with all of them. I mean, I would say accept and let them pass through us. So I think because we've been conditioned for so long and to suppress some emotions, then that's why most people don't express any emotions because it's not appropriate.
Okay. So you're saying that people don't deal with their emotions at all properly, or they try not to, or what's our
Attempting not
relationship
to,
with our emotions,
especially,
in your opinion?
and then we
What's
suppress
that?
them. We just suppress them when we don't deal with some of our emotions. Some of them. Some
Some
people
of the
don't deal
negative
with
ones, right?
anger, some people don't deal with sadness, some people don't deal with happiness. It all depends in the environment that we grow up in. Some people are not allowed to be happy. You're not meant to be happy. Some people are not allowed to be sad. Some people are not allowed to to express anger because that was not acceptable. And if that was not acceptable, you had to suppress it. And if you don't know and you don't learn how to express those emotions, then you don't integrate them as part of your life.
Okay. I agree with that. I'd say most people are not allowed to be angry, especially. And I feel like anger is one of the most important emotions. A lot of people are talking about, a lot of personal growth and coaches and such that I talk to or listen to and read about are saying how to avoid it, how to make sure you don't ever get that way. If you do, immediately get out of it, kind of thing. And I think that it is actually a very effective and can be incredibly powerful and motivating emotion if used properly. Of course, if used improperly, it can be the most destructive and painful emotion that we have. But if used properly, it can be amazing.
No.
So this is about learning. Yeah, go ahead, Mariana. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely spot on. I concur with you, Matt. Anger can certainly drive us to do amazing things. When we get angry, it's like it's a drive. It's a driving force, and as you said, it can also be destructive if we end up getting angry in inappropriate places, doing silly
Definitely.
things, getting into fighting or who knows what. It can get us in a pickle, a little bit of a pickle, or a little bit more.
Yes. I don't know if it was actually him who said it, but they're attributing, Aristotle said, supposedly, that being angry is easy. Getting angry and being angry is easy. But getting angry at the right time, at the right level, with the right person, at the right time, with the right energy, is not so easy. And he said a lot of people can't do it, but you can learn how to do it. I love that emotional intelligence is a teachable, learnable set of skills, and anybody can learn them. And we're born with everything we need to deal with all of our emotions. We just don't know how. So it's an education issue. It's a training issue, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. We have nonprofit called EQ for Peace, EQ for Peace, and we are trying to get education, emotional education into schools everywhere, everywhere. It's called EQ for Peace Worldwide Inc. is the name of the actual company, because this is everybody, everybody, everybody. Our goal is to teach 1 billion people by 2039, to have them working with their emotions and being emotionally literate. Yeah. And by 2050, everybody, everybody, we need to know this. I think that I was pretty disappointed with my education, because when I got done all the way through college, I still didn't know me. I knew all this information so I could get a job, which was cool. I'm glad that happened, but I didn't know me.
I think the system is organized in such way that you're not meant to know you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I think that it's just wrong that kids and students and all the way up from preschool to PhD, this isn't rocket science. Most of it is quite simple, but it ain't easy. Sometimes it's simple. It's simple. If you're really, really sad, let yourself cry and you'll feel much, much better. Boom. Simple, right? Not so easy sometimes. Like letting yourself sometimes be angry. I feel like one of the things that I push is called feel it to heal it, I call it, which means instead of avoiding or denying or trying to get rid of these feelings, just let yourself, just for a minute, let yourself feel the feeling. Feel the feeling. Your body doesn't want to hold this stuff inside. We hold the stuff inside based on our own upbringing and our own judgments and all that garbage that we put on it. And our body doesn't want to keep this stuff inside. It does not. And it is causing all kinds of problems. It causes all kinds of stress and anxiety and other things inside of us. It's causing physical ailments inside of people. They've made direct connections now between unexpressed emotional issues as a child causing severe physical problems as an adult. That's amazing to me, making that connection from emotional to physical. And our body, in my opinion, or in a lot of people's opinion, does not want to carry this stuff around with us. It does not. Our spirit doesn't want to, our personality doesn't want to. It's not fun. And we just don't know how to get rid of it. We try to avoid it and hide from it and drink over it and eat over it and do all these things to try to smash it down. But if we would just let ourselves feel it just for a minute, sometimes it's amazing results we're getting with allowing. There's certain parts of psychology or therapy that are now saying just allow it for a minute. Allow it for a minute. What do you think?
Definitely.
Let it go.
I would say be with it.
Be with it, did you say?
Be with it. Be with it. Just stay with it.
Yeah.
Because they've done study. It only takes 90 seconds if we can be with those emotions for 90 seconds. They just pass through us. So be with it.
Nice. 90 seconds, you said?
90 seconds. That's what they say.
90.
That's what researchers say. 90 seconds. So, but most people, because no one was able to be with them, witness them, mirror them, validate them when they were young, when those emotions were unbearable. That's why when you feel those emotions, it feels like you don't want to be with those emotions. That's why we try to suppress, avoid, do anything. Have tea, have a cigarette, do some shopping, have something to eat, anything, by avoid feeling those emotions.
Right. Yeah. And if you watch I watch movies and such and TV to watch what people are doing and what behaviors, and find good emotional behaviors and bad emotional behaviors, and I'll record little things. And it's amazing to watch how many times, as American TV, you got to take into account how many times, if there's a problem, they have a drink right away. If you have a problem, you have a drink. And the classiest, richest people in the world are drinking most of the time. If you're free to be that rich, you get to drink all day long. It's wild. And I can't imagine that that's the actual solution to it. But on TV, it's TV thing, right? But it's amazing how many, once you look for it, it's wild how much you see. If somebody has a problem, they'll either, someone will get them a drink or they'll go have a drink. Boom, that's the
Or they
solution.
have something to eat.
The American way. What?
Or
What?
they have something to eat. They have something to eat. That
Or
will
something
make
to
you
eat.
feel better.
Yeah, something. Yeah, something to avoid it. But so this is about positive mental health, and positive mental health says you don't avoid it. You don't avoid it. You can. I'm fine for trying to make it not happen. I think we can change our thinking. Most of the time, it's our thoughts produce our feelings. Our thoughts inform our feelings, if you will. If you think something positive, you're probably going to feel good. If you think something negative, you're probably not going to feel very good. And so I call that one spin it to win it. Spin it to win it, which means you could take this feeling or this thought that you had, like that's not fair what just happened, or the future's hopeless, or I'm no good, nobody loves me, kind of thing. Those kind of big thoughts, or little thoughts, but big thoughts, and you notice that they happen. You become aware of them. You accept that that's what just happened in your head. It's past now. It already happened, so you can't change it. But then you can say, wait, I don't like that thought. I don't want that thought. I don't like that thought. I'm going to spin it and adjust it a little bit, and I'm going to have a new thought on purpose. And I'm going to try to deal with that thought instead, a better thought. So we can say, that's not fair, or, and it makes us feel really yucky, and go, well, maybe that person was having a hard day, or maybe right now it's not fair, but usually it's okay. Or we can adjust things a little bit to make ourselves feel quite a bit better, and do it on purpose. So I call it purposeful positivity. We purposefully think more positive, and try to improve. So what do you think? Can we adjust our thoughts?
It's definitely, I think it's easy said in when you in the situation, or if, whatever happened, it's easy said than done in those moments. So it comes with, I would say, comes with training and practice, and to be okay with whatever is happening, and to know that whatever we are reacting to something, it's something within us that needs attention. So we need to pay attention to something within us, because we are reacting to the circumstances because something triggered us. So totally,
Right.
yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is the reaction is a thought. When we
It's a
think
thought.
something happens outside of us, we
Yeah.
then have a thought and a feeling about what just happened. So what we're doing in that is taking the outside and bringing it inside, right? So whatever's happening out here, we then bring it inside with our thought and our feeling. Now we got to deal with it. Now it's ours, and we got to deal with it. And I call that emotional responsibility. It's not the stuff that happened out here that's the problem. The problem is, once we have a thought and a feeling about it, now we got to deal with it. Yeah, it's ours. We got to own it. And
Ours.
then we can adjust it, but only then, right?
It is, I think it's mainly to become aware in those moments, to be able to
First,
adjust it, to be able to
right?
pause, to be able to really pause in those moments. And I think most people are unable to pause to recognize that it's them. They automatically think that is the situation, is the other person, and then
Yep.
they are unable to stir the bus somewhere else. That's the thing, and it's to be able to recognize that we are the driver of our own bus. But most of the time we get carried away, and it's like it's the other person. It's blaming. It's becoming a victim, that it's not us. It's not taking responsibility, as you said. It's to take responsibility for our own thoughts and our own
Yep.
feelings, and the meaning that we give to the situation.
Meanings. Yes. Yes. In fact, I'm totally agree with you. I'm actually saying too that the emotional responsibility is kind of the tipping point, if you will, between whether you're going to do well or whether you're not going to do well. I'm trying to get some of this stuff up into what's the very core, what's the very most basic thing we can teach people to change, to make a change. And I think it's emotional responsibility. That's the point. Because if you think that your thoughts are yours, if you think your thoughts are yours, and you think your feelings are yours, not that they did them, that they made me angry or they hurt my feelings, they did this to me. If I can say, no, I did this to me. In fact, nobody's ever made me angry. No one's ever hurt my feelings. I do that with my thoughts about what they did, right? Or my feelings about what they did. It's my reaction to what they did. So my perception to what they did, but it's mine. If I can go with that, then I can be powerful. I can be loving. I can be open. I can deal with stuff. I can be amazing, right? If I take emotional responsibility. If I don't, then I'm a whiner, blamer, victim. Oh my goodness, ain't it rough? It's awful. And then it heads downhill. And I really think that's the difference, the tipping point. What do you think?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's being able to distinguish where are you placing the emotional responsibility. Is it outside or inside? And I think most people they are not aware that the it's nothing to do with others. It's to do with themselves. It is to bring
It's
it
something to do with
home.
others. Yeah.
Well, it,
Yeah.
it is and it's not. The others are there to trigger us, and us, we are there to learn from the experience.
Right.
And
Right.
grow, learn and grow from the experience. And it's okay to get upset sometimes. It's okay. It's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with
it is
being
okay.
upset. Is to be conscious about it. If we do it consciously, and they as he said, in the right time, right moment, right place, with the right person that can validate our experiences, it's totally okay. It's nothing wrong.
Right. And I was thinking while you were talking, the people, the domestic violence is going up, child abuse is going up, divorce is going up, and the worst of all of them is suicide is skyrocketing in the United States. I don't know about Australia. I'm assume so. In the United States, in Europe, in Asia, it's going up bad. I personally know six kids that in the last couple years are not with us any longer. Kids being under 25 or so. Man, oh my gosh, that to me is the ultimate in not being able to deal with your emotion, your thoughts and emotions, right? They don't know how, and they think that it's awful and it's going to stay awful, and there's nothing they can do about it. They can't stop it. And that means, that's how I'm going to have to live for the rest of my life. No way. Forget it. I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm not going to, I can't deal with this. I think a lot of people tell themselves, I can't deal with this. I can't handle this. That, which is not true, but they just don't know how. And that's why I'm here jumping up and down about emotional intelligence, because we can deal with it. What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We can deal with it once we know how to, and we have the awareness, and we have, some people may need to acknowledge that they may need some support. They may need to see
It's okay.
someone to know how to deal with it, and it's
Yep.
okay to go and ask for help. It's okay to reach out to see someone. There's nothing wrong with you if you don't know how to, or there's too much going on, because in the last 2 years especially, lots of people have a lot going on in their lives, and there's been a
Yeah.
lot going on, so it's normal uh, to have these challenges, to have these difficulties, to feel like there is constant anxiety and stuff, because it is.
Yep. Yeah. Right. So what I'm saying is there's 3 steps to it. One is awareness. Like you said, awareness is always first. We can't do anything until we're aware. We don't even know it's happening. Right. And that's where, unfortunately, that's where most of the population is, in my opinion. It's hard to study that, but I believe that most people have no idea what emotional intelligence is, nor what that they can be smart about them. When I talk to people, when I meet people on the street all the time, I did this. Yeah, I did it yesterday on the phone. I was on a tech support call for something went wrong on my computer. And by the end of the call, I said, have you ever heard of emotional intelligence? And the guy's like, no, but you seem really emotional. I said, yeah, I am on purpose. It's not an accident. I've been working on this for a long time. And he says, this is really important to you, isn't it? I said, yeah. So thank you for understanding how important this problem is to me. And he escalated it because he heard that I was upset about it, not mad, like, damn it, you did this to me, but this is really, really important. Please fix this problem. And he's like, okay, all right, I will. I'll do my best. Anyway, it worked really well. But I asked people, have you ever heard of emotional intelligence? And about half the people have no idea what I'm talking about. And I say, have you ever thought of, you can be smart with your heart? You can be smart with your fear and your anger and your sadness and that kind of thing. And they're like, what? What? Are you serious? I'm like, yes. You can, right? People just learn it on their own. So awareness first. Acceptance, a really, really important part of it is, don't deny it, don't avoid it, don't lie to yourself about it and everybody else about it. Acceptance, and then action. Once you're aware and you accept it, then what are you going to do about it, and what are you going to do with it, which are different. But what are you going to do about it? And a lot of times with strong emotions, doing nothing is cool. Doing nothing is a very good idea. Keep your mouth shut is a really good idea with some strong emotions, right? But the cool part is that if you choose not to say it, or you choose not to hit the guy or whatever, then you are in charge of you. You're in charge. You decided that. So because of your awareness and your acceptance, you decided not to, or to do something with it, right? And also, there's a very big difference between doing something with an emotion and doing something about it. About is an action. All right. So somebody makes you mad, right? Well, what are you going to do about that? You're going to hit him. You're going to scream at him. You're going to flip him off. What are you going to do about it? Or you can drive away, or you can run and hide. You can do the fight or flight thing. You could do all kinds of stuff about it. That's an about thing. What are you going to do with it is a whole different question. That is, okay, what are you going to do with this problem? Well, now that it's yours and it's inside, it's your thoughts and feelings. What are you going to do with those? That's a whole different question. And both are relevant, and both are critical all the
Yeah,
time, right?
totally. I would say, what are you going to do with it? You either accept it, change it, or you leave it. That's all we can do with it.
Accept it, change it, or leave it. That's
Or
good.
leave
All
it.
right.
Just
Yeah. Yeah.
just you gotta decide in those moments, what are you going to do? I'm going to accept it, change it, or leave it. and
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna write that down.
it can be challenging sometimes when we don't
Oh,
have the training and the
Right.
practice and the acknowledgement to be able to do that in those moments, critical moments.
Great. Right on. Oh, that's good, Mariana. Accept it, change it, leave it. I just wrote that down. I should share that, but I'm not sure how. Okay. So, yay, I could go on and on and on and on and on and on, but I'm not going to
I
because
see
now
that. I can see that you are on fire.
I am. This is really important. This is really important. And one of the reasons I'm on fire about it is because A, it was huge to me. It was a life changer to me when I found out about emotional first and then emotional responsibility. And I'm in charge of my life. Wow, how cool is that? This is the best news that we've had in a long time. I'm trying to tell people this is really, really good news. Even though some of this is painful, this is really good news. There's so much bad news in the world today, but this is good news. This is emotional intelligence. This is positive mental health. This is how to be better. We don't have to live in pain all the time anymore. So this is really good news. And the bad news, like I said, I know these people that are just, man, this is, people are dying literally to know what we know about this stuff. And so I'm trying to tell everybody and anybody, I don't care who it is, I'm telling them. So, all right. So I don't know that we're concluded, but I will conclude it with this is positive mental health. There's possibilities, there is positivity, there's hope, there is help, and getting more help. In the United States, at least, the mental health is going way up in demand, not demand. Well, it's big time in demand. Now it's going up in supply also. It's going up on TV. It's going up on, the kids are talking about it. It's going up in schools. Biden just came out with the the Department of Education came out with the 3 most important things, priorities in school. The school part, the testing that we've done for years and years and years is third. First is social emotional intelligence is first. The testing is third. I was very excited about this. Is yesterday, day before yesterday. I was very excited about that. Anyway, so there's hope. So I'm going to have a bunch more speakers. Mariana is going to be first, and we're going to talk about how to do better. So hang in there. All right. So I'm going to stop this and we'll go to the next one.